YouTube was good, family. What's up, Vegas? Get out of here. Vegas always trying to get involved. But this is a life update video. I know I posted one video and I went ghost. I vlogged a few things. I went to Canada for the first time. I went to a Blue Jays game. I vlogged that whole little getaway. I flew first class for my first time. And I also went to DC. I flew first class again. Now I only want to fly first class. My friend Kyle suggested that. He like, yo, try first class, you ain't going back. And that's the stage I'm at. But yeah, I didn't post anything. I edited the videos and didn't post. Why? For me, I've been in the transition phase. I was at that stage where you at that top, and it's time to make that next jump where you need to build systems and bring teams. Stop, Vegas. Bring teams in, and I was trying to build a team with all my friends. It didn't work out. I'm not here to bash them or say why it didn't work out, but it didn't work out. It is what it is. I learned a lot of lessons, but with, like it being my friends, it was a lot of, like things that really bothered me. I felt like it was just, I reached my ceiling in New Jersey, and it was ready for me to just take my my next step and just lead a state and continue to build and keep pushing. So shit, it was a time I had to move back to my parents' crib, and I moved there because my truck got stolen. I'm in my last apartment, and somebody walked up to me and he talking to me. He like, yo, I heard what happened to your truck. And I'm like, I don't even know you. Like in my head, I ain't say nothing. But he like, that's crazy what happened to your truck. And I'm like, who is this? Like, so I felt uncomfortable. Then you had people like, yo, I copped a locked up month tonight. Let's go. And I'm just like, who is that? Like, it was just getting weird to where like, I feel like I was outgrowing the environment, and I was like, people was just watching me. Like I started to get anxiety of just living normal life where I lay my head, and I'm like, it got weird. And then I'm like, yo, I think I'm ready to move to a new state. But I didn't know where I wanted to move, nothing. Like, I don't know, it's so much going on at once. And then I just went home. And when I went home, I felt like I lost my superpowers. Like, I was trying to make everyone happy, and I ended up not happy. And I don't know, like I felt like I was just going through like functional depression, and I was operating, I was still working, but I don't know, like I just felt like I wasn't going nowhere. Like I was just running in place. So eventually after that flight, when I flew back, mind you, on first class, I bought my Meta glasses out there, and that was in Toronto. I'm just testing out my Meta glasses, and I'm listening to music, and I'm looking over. I look out the window, and I flew over my last job I worked at the Meadowlands, and it clicked for me right there. I'm just like, because when I was getting on flights and going different places, I felt at peace. I felt normal, but every time I come back home, I felt weird, and then I was like, I need that permanently. So instead of, posting and doing too much, I said, you know what? Yo, I'm head down, bro. I was gonna move in September. I put my head down. I got my goal done in two months. Yeah. And then I signed my lease. I ended up driving 10 hours. I left at 12 a.m. And when I did move, I didn't sleep for like 30 hours straight. Like I was up, man. I was just moving. When I laid down, I just clunked. But I needed that just environment shift. It was time. It is what it is, and it's so obvious that your environment really has a lot to do with your production and everything because I moved out here, I've been out here for a week. So out here you have prize picks. I haven't been sports betting or anything. I've been handicapping, but I haven't been placing personal bets. I just been chilling. I might place one here and there, but like I haven't been in one of them modes where like, yo, I'm betting. So I started with like $100 on prize picks. I typically start with more, but I don't know. I never had prize picks, so I'm like, it's new. Let me just, test it, see how this is. Like, I don't want to put too much money in here, and I don't know how I operate. I never got a withdrawal, nothing. So I started with 100. I made 4,500 already, around like my account at like 4,500, 4,400. Let me show you. I did that in a week. Typically, people, they just start blurting out numbers. I'd rather just show y'all. I grew my brand off showing receipts. I feel like the internet is a place where people just make up anything, so I like showing receipts. So, look, we back betting, like I said. Hold on. You see the balance, almost 4,500. But, I didn't lose a bet yet. But like I said, it's no prize picks in New Jersey. So this goes to just show like that environment shift is crazy. Like when you just switch your environment. I haven't lost one bet. Not one. Not one. And I go on streaks like this all the time, but lately I haven't been in that mind state to do it. Like honestly, like I was more focused on changing my environment, getting away from people that, don't have my best interests at heart, and just honestly cutting off all the negative energy. But I stepped away from anybody who was bringing negativity into my life. I made my decision on the move. I didn't care what people had to say. I needed this for myself. I always put people like in front of me, and then I end up drowning, and I had to really stop pouring into cups that, real talk, got holes in them, and they ain't pouring back anyway. Like people don't pour into my cup, like they say they do, they think they do, but it's like they don't. Like I felt drained and just like everything, mentally drained, physically, financially, spiritually, like I felt drained all over, man, but this move so far has been very great. I didn't even start buying my furniture like that. I got my desk. That's all I really care about. I got my desk, got everything. I'm gonna be streaming soon too. Look, I got my streaming stuff. Look, I was watching the game last night. I won. I was just waiting for the game to end, but here go a bookshelf. I'm going to Europe next summer for my birthday. This gave me that feel. Like I definitely want to go to London soon too. But yeah, that's just a quick update. I'm gonna start coming up here posting and getting active now. I just really had to just switch my environment, switch it up. I needed something new. It was that time, but hey. Don't forget, subscribe, like, comment, show some love. Let's grow the page. Let's go. We on our 1,000 subscriber grind. Let's get it.